Hello, my name is Thomas Mullen, and welcome to 7th grade. Forget everything that is happening right now, and you and your kids being in 8th grade, gone. Now you are at the start of 7th grade, where you'll be introduced to a variety of teachers from Mrs. Reed in math to Mr. Smallbone in PE. Your year will start off with a trip to Lace Inn, where you will be introduced to life, wait for it, without phones, and where you will be pushed to the limit of exhaustion with a 7-hour hike. Fun, right? After having bonded with new kids coming from all over the world, you'll be starting the educational, exciting year of school, especially the Imaginary Land project that you did in social studies. I was intrigued to see all the different flora and fauna that the students of grade 7 put into their imaginary land. Another part of social studies that was fascinating was the tour in Zurich, where we learned about all specific historical figures, such as Rudolf Brunn or the two churches, Großmünster and Frauenmünster. Another interesting part of our learning in school was math. We always had something to do, if it was learning algebra or gaining badges on Khan Academy. One intriguing project we did in math was a plant growth that helped us learn more about observation, measurement, and variables. I remember how our group, Henrik, Sebastian, and I, decided to put chips as our variable, and against popular opinion, our plant actually grew pretty well. In PE, you were expected to run around the track for 12 minutes non-stop. This would be done at the beginning and end of the year, but the highlight of every middle school year would be the turkey trot, where the top 3 runners from both genders, man or woman, yes, we can call ourselves this now, were rewarded with a cinema ticket. Even though we did have challenging parts in our PE curriculum, we would be rewarded with a good game of dodgeball or capture the flag. One of the most challenging parts of the year was English, where you did practice for the ERB, which is a test that is took by all the grades. I would remember that we would reunite into the cafeteria to talk about the subject and how we didn't like it or how we loved it, or what one person chose for a certain part or another. All of the students in my science class in grade 7 would look forward to a science class with a certain teacher who would put a too high amount of sulfur in water, which caused, in simple terms, a big boom that shattered the glass container that the water was holding. 7th grade was the grade where people would change into the middle school child of the school. We weren't the smallest anymore, so we weren't getting picked on by the 8th graders, but we weren't the oldest, which meant that we couldn't look forward to go to high school. By the end of the year, we 7th graders were very lucky to be able to go to Spain, where we visited the beautiful cities of Granada and Córdoba. Luckily, some of us had already taken 2 years of Spanish, which meant we could help our peers with ordering or with getting directions. In Granada, we visited the magnificent Alhambra at night. Unfortunately, some of us were too tired to be actually paying our utmost attention, but we were privileged to at least see it. Then, between Granada and Córdoba, we got to the beach for 3 hours. The water was a bit too cold for my taste, but it was still a great experience. By the end, it was time to leave this wonderful experience behind and think of our last year in middle school. But that is another story for another time, told by another of my peers. On the last point, I would like to thank all the parents and teachers for making the 7th grade year a memorable one. Thank you.